Illinois. Well,
Welcome.
happy Friday. Happy payday, everyone.
Right on. Good afternoon from Southwest Florida.
All right.
Welcome on.
Welcome.
Love to know where you guys are calling in from. Hopefully, we're going to hear a lot of Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois.
Hey,
Cypress,
there
Boom.
you go.
Texas. Illinois.
Johnny
Yay.
Johnny Duque from Houston, Texas.
Oh boy.
Calling from
Welcome,
the 18th tee.
welcome,
Mom
welcome.
Sharon,
from Chicago.
All right. That's what we want to
Sharon
hear.
Fraser from Chicago.
All right.
Janice
Janice
from
from
Chicago.
Frisco, Texas.
That never gets old. That Chicago word that never gets old.
Remember, keep
Chicago.
it going. Alan Smith, Chicago.
All right. We
Mike
love it.
Tarczewski, South Side of Chicago.
Phyllis
Jack,
Nash,
North
Chicago.
Side.
No one knows what that means, Mike. So
I know.
Palatine, Illinois, Chicago. Palatine, Illinois, Chicago.
Chicago, Northwest Side. Cubbies.
Before I go from Chicago.
Okay, I guess I can.
Mike
That means
Perkins,
I'm-
Illinois.
That means I'm locking my doors.
Well, welcome everywhere. We're going to get started in a little bit. We still got a bunch of people coming in, so we won't want to leave anyone out. Great turnout, guys. Thank you so much for jumping in. We got lots to share with you today, so I'm glad you guys are all making it here. We're going to be fast, but very beneficial information. We're super fired up for your launch, and we're going to start to really kind of lay out some layers of how you can really accelerate your business. So we're going to get started here once Tony pops on the recording. I think, John,
We're on record.
all right, we are on the court. There's still people coming in, so let's wait.
Yep.
Just a tad more because there's a lot of folks that are doing last minute entrances here. So let's see if we can get everyone in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you that are just joining in, welcome. Wow, they keep coming in. Did we say 105 or did we say one? I forget. It's like everyone's coming in now. All right. All right, this is great. All right, so listen, Tony or Ed or anyone, let's watch the back office. Let's get this party started and let's go. All right, guys and ladies, welcome to this very important Zoom today as we are ending the month of May on a really high note. Congratulations to all those that are rank advancing and doing the work. Things are going to get very hot and very heavy very quickly here in the month of June, and we want you all to be as prepared as possible to succeed. And there's going to be an absolute incredible opportunity for us, all of us around the country, to work our Illinois connections. If you live in Illinois, you just have home field advantage because you're on the ground. That's awesome. You should definitely take advantage of what's coming your way. But obviously, if you're not from Illinois, but you have people that you know from Illinois, this is an opportunity of a lifetime to reach out to them and let them know what's coming to your market. I will tell you, just because we've been on some serious calls this past week with the company and really the vision of this battery and really what is coming our way. And Illinois is just because of the incentives, because of the fact that Illinois has 98 and with hundreds of applications for data centers that are coming. I mean, your state is got the most incentives for battery storage, and it's the perfect state to launch our product. The company's working really hard to lay out so the customer has an incredible experience from the time that launch begins on the 10th, when they can go to your website and actually start the process of becoming a battery customer. Everything's dialed in. This is what they've worked so hard over the last 6 months to be ready so your customers have an incredible experience. And so we're going to focus big time on Illinois. You're going to hear, and listen, if you're from Texas or you're from Pennsylvania or New Jersey or anywhere else in the country, don't be discouraged. First of all, Texas is on phase 3 of the pilot, and so that you wouldn't be surprised by July 1st. You guys are full blown launched in Dallas and Houston myself, but right now we're going to focus a lot of our energy and attention on Illinois because as Illinois goes, the rest of the country will follow. Meaning, if we have a strong launch in Illinois, then New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Texas are just going to even be stronger. And so we have to focus our energy and attention on this state like you wouldn't believe. So if you're living in that state, this is great. I live in Boston, Massachusetts. So I don't have anything to sell up here, really. And so I know what it's like to work a business from out of state. What's beautiful about our business is we can do it virtually.
Oh, man, we already move
on the
on.
Hey,
ground. Hold
Brendan,
on. So
you got to make me a co-host, Brendan.
All right. Hang on. Is there anyone else not a co-host? I can't even. Let's see. All right. Is that you good there?
There you go.
All right. So you can
Yep.
mute out if you can't, if you didn't hear it. But anyway, so we're going to go through some information right now. Tony's been kind enough to kind of create a deck that we're going to go through together here to kind of show you what we're planning on doing to really support this market, this launch, to make this launch the most successful launch that we've ever had. One thing that's pretty interesting, everybody, this is really important for you to know, that there are states right now that are writing legislation or putting pieces of legislation together to support VPP programs. It's getting more identified as a need. And so what that means is, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, it would not surprise all of us on this call if we were launching batteries in states that aren't even deregulated. We could be in 30 to 40 states in the next 5 years. And so you have to understand where we are in time. I always tell this story when Eddie first asked me to move down to Maryland 25 plus years ago to sell cell phones, which I didn't even know what a cell phone was. And I got all the way down there. My first day on the job, I sit in my desk and he drops a box on my desk and says, "This is what we're selling." I'm like, "What is this?" And he's like, "It's got a little button on the side of it." And I pressed it and a voice came out of it. And I was like, "What the heck? Is that someone from Mars?" It was unbelievable, but we were the first ones to sell a telecom a phone in this country, right? And we understood that when the adoption happened within a couple of years, it didn't happen right away because technology got better and better, better and stronger. And then all of a sudden we became a machine that couldn't stop selling phones. We were selling thousands a month and our points of distribution grew so fast. But that's where we are here in the battery program. We are in the same exact spot. We are going to be the visionaries, the people like you that are on here on this Friday afternoon. We're the visionaries that need to spread the vision of this company. We're all entrepreneurs. We're all independent energy advisors that are entrepreneurs that have the opportunity to build a massive organization. So we as leaders, we're doing Partner Plus calls every Tuesday night. We've been doing it. The next 2 weeks, though, we have to change it to Wednesday night. And what we're going to do is on Wednesday, Tony's doing an overview every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. And right after that, we're going to go and do our Partner Plus call. Now, this is really important. The next one, next Wednesday, we have a half a dozen people in Texas that are going to come on and give their testimonies about the batteries that they have installed in their homes and how much of an impact this battery is already having on their lives, financially on their electric bill. But the benefit of the backup generation's already been incredible. So we need Chicago. We need you all to be tuned in to say, okay, there's nothing better than having testimonies. So if you're pitching the plan with somebody and then you get them on to the 3rd of June and you hear 6 unique individual testimonies about people that already have the batteries, that is the most powerful way to start or kick off your business. Please mute out yourself if you come on, if you're coming on late, or someone manage that. But the 3rd is going to be, and the reason why we're doing it on Wednesday is because the company's company calls on Tuesday, and it's a conflicting time, and we don't want to overwhelm you. So on Wednesday at 9:30, and then the following week, we're launching Illinois. Official launch is on the 9th, so we want to make sure we don't conflict with that. So we have the Partner Plus call on the 10th at 9:30, which is a Wednesday. So 2 Wednesdays in a row. And then for the rest of the summer, we will go to Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday. Okay. So this is an incredible opportunity for you. It's like we look at this as a validation call. If you're brand new and you're building a business and someone's brand new and they're trying to get their networks going, there's nothing better than putting them on a Partner Plus leader. These are all of our leaders. They're top leaders coming on to share testimonies and share how the business is affecting everyone in such a positive way. So take advantage of it. Next slide, Tony, my man. I think you're the one running the slides here. So All right, so Illinois battery launch full steam ahead. Ready? Here we go. This is what our plan is. Let's have some fun. First of all, the value proposition for you is going to be enormous. So, a couple things I will tell you. When we launch at the launch, when Michael Falquist, all the top people coming in to do that amazing launch, they're going to announce your actual savings plan on the battery. What do I mean by that? The way Illinois is going to run, it's going to be you have a price to compare with Com Edison. Com Edison, if you look at your electric bill, and for those of you that aren't from Illinois, Com Edison's the utility. If you look at your supply page, it'll say your price to compare and Com Edison's rate, whatever rate they're publishing or buying energy for the public will be posted on their bill. Our value proposition when we launch the batteries, we're going to go to give a guaranteed savings off of the price to compare. We're going to announce what that percentage is, and we are hearing that it's significant. Okay, so not going to give you any numbers. That's going to be coming at the launch. I do know that it's going to be super compelling for someone to be saying, whoa, hold on a second. Not only do I get free backup generation, because that's what automatic backup power, our systems are 40 kW systems. Each home's going to get 4 kW batteries. That's like enough battery storage to light your home up for like 2 days. So that alone is insane. But then to have the value proposition up front to save on the electric bill for 15 years is absolutely a game changer in terms of people making decisions. So the fact that we can pile that on with no cost to install. Remember, we don't say free. No one's saying free. It's no cost. Hey, these systems are at no cost to you. The installation's at no cost. It's a simple tweak of language, but I don't want anyone in this call, or I don't want anyone in the next 30 days when we're launching this thing to say it's free, because it's nothing. You don't say free. Just say no cost. It's the way to run the business. All right, next slide. So obviously we're very excited about that value proposition. And if you're in that room and hearing Michael, listen, I've been with Michael for almost 15 years in so many rooms where we were launching a market where he had to announce the actual value proposition. And this was in our previous business. It is the most exciting experience you'll ever have when Michael's on stage. And then as that slide comes in, there's hundreds of people in the room, and that's what's going to happen in Illinois. And that slide appears, and Michael's up in front of the entire room. And then the room realizes how much savings is actually going to occur for all the residents that have a battery backup. It's going to be an amazing night. But this is it. This is Illinois. You see the green? That's Cook County. These are the market. This is the market in Illinois that we are going to focus on in phase one. Okay. First of all, you have to own your home. It's got to be single family home. Okay. So you need to have a minimum 600 credit score. Your annual usage for your kilowatt consumption per year in that home has to be 8,000 kilowatts at a minimum or more. You can't have solar. We don't work with solar systems, and there can't be any existing home-based battery backup system on that property. But that's a very big chunk of area that we're going to focus on in Cook County, and it's exciting. I believe, Tony, the next slide says there's like, how many eligible homes are there? There's like, yeah, there's 1.8 million homes available on day one on June 10th to sign up for a battery. That's a lot of batteries. Right now there's 0. So think about it, 0 to 1.8 million. It's not going to happen overnight. So we have a really, really good long-term opportunity just in that county. But right now, you can't sell or you can't get paid on anything we do unless you are battery certified. Now, I will say, listen, I'm just going to tell you the data. We've got thousands of reps already in Illinois, and as of today, as of this morning, we had 25 energy advisors that have been energy certified. 25. I would say that's the worst percentage I've ever heard in my entire life. This isn't me being mean. It's just me being reality. You can't get paid unless you're certified. So if you're not certified, please use this weekend and get your teams to use this weekend. Peel off a 45-minute block of time and get battery certified. Because when we launch on the 10th, I want you to get paid. And I want to get your downlines paid and all the stuff that comes with the compensation. You don't want to not be paid for stuff that your team may be doing. So please make it an effort, a concerted effort this weekend, at least before that launch. Get me from 25 to at least 200 or 300. Please, can you do that for me? But yes, this is really serious. We have to get certified, and we have to teach this with our new people that are joining. First thing you need to do is get battery certified. Go through that process. By the way, very educational. It's incredible what that process, it goes through exactly how to position our product in the marketplace. Very informative. You'll learn a ton about the battery through the certification. It's like a training. It's amazing. The company's quality of what they did to build that certification out is just amazing. And that's just a sneak peek of what's going to happen around the corner at convention when they launch the new program for the other certifications that we're all doing right now for energy, for autosave, for community solar, and so forth. So anyway, great training. Learn the process. Let's go. All right, Tony, let's get rocking. Let's see. We're getting to the good stuff now. So what's next? Obviously, we are going to step up our volume. I don't know if the slides are advancing for you guys, but it's not for me. So there it is. What we have to also talk about this massive incentive program that Illinois has. So you all know that your standard compensation plan is very simple. If someone that just enrolls today, that's an independent energy advisor, they would make $100 per customer, and their mentor bonuses when they sponsor somebody who helps get a battery, they make a $50 mentor bonus, and you can see it incrementally goes up by $50 all the way up to director, where directors earn $300 per battery sale, and then the mentor bonus for them is $150. And then $50 goes into the coded plan of our compensation, and then $25 goes into the partner pool. So every battery that's going to be launched $25 goes in the pool. But here's the bonanza in Illinois. For the first 90 days, in blocks of 30 days, you have incredible incentives to really get your business off to a good start. So there's an extra $250 in your first 30 days. Okay, so from June 9th to July 9th. So what that means is if you're brand new and you sign up for the battery today, you become an energy advisor today. If you're brand new today, welcome to Think Energy, by the way. So if you go sell a battery on June 10th, you're going to make not 100, you're going to make $350 because you already make 100 as the part of the comp plan, and then you're going to make an extra $250 for the entire first 30 days. So that's incredible. If you have already worked your business and made it through some of the ranks, if you made it to director, you're already making 300, so you're adding 250. That's $550 per battery as a director, if you're a director and above. So in the second 30 days, July 10th through August 9th, it goes down to $150 extra per battery. And then from August 10th to August 31st, it goes down to $100. But there is an incentive if you show up at the actual event on the 9th. They are extending that $100 you see all the way through the end of the year, but you have to be at the event in order to qualify that. So obviously, if you live in Illinois, get to that event. That's a no-brainer to be able to capitalize on that promotion for the rest of the year. So this bonanza is absolutely incredible. And considering the fact that once you have a battery customer, you have them guaranteed for 15 years residual. Listen, one thing I will tell you about Nextel Communications, the reason why Ed and I were psyched that carrier picked us was because when we sold the phone, they paid us about $2.50 per customer for 3 years if we kept our churn as a company under 2%. Meaning, if we sold 1,000 phones, we had to make sure that 900 and whatever the metric was, stayed with Nextel. And if we kept that churn under 2%, they paid us an extra $1, which is huge. But that 3-year residual income, that was on our efforts. Like, we had to build out distribution points. We were in malls. We were here. We were there. And after 3 years, after 36 months, a month would disappear, and then you'd replace it with a month. That's how it worked. And so if you had 1,000 units 36 months ago and that dropped off, and you only did 500 the next month, and your income could go down. But we built such a substantial residual income with just 3 years. 15 years is like a dream. Like, you don't even understand, everybody, because I'm only speaking from experience because I lived it. You have a battery business that's flourishing 3, 4, 5 years in, and you've got thousands and thousands of batteries in your group coming into your business, and that compounded residual continues to grow. It's going to be life-changing for so many people. So understand that this is what makes this so special, is the residual compounding effect. And then obviously all the way through the end of June, you have this promotion where autosave, which is required for the battery, you can't put a battery system on unless you have someone on autosave. But now you're making an additional $25 or $50 on top of our compensation plan, which is a minimum $20. So you have an opportunity, if you really think about it, to put someone on a battery and autosave and double dip that commission. There's going to be some people making over $600 per battery just on these two promotions. So amazing. Take advantage of that all day long. So how are we going to do this to help you? How are we going to make your life a lot easier and help you grow exponentially? Well, we're going to start a battery blitz on Monday. That's right. This Monday coming up, Tony Procopio is going to start doing a live 15-minute overviews. This is what a blitz is, by the way. It's what you call sharp, right to the point, and get it going. So think about it this way, everybody. You put a prospect on this call 1 o'clock on Monday, 12 o'clock your time in Illinois, and they get 15 minutes. And the focus of this blitz is going to be Illinois only. We're not going to be talking about any other states. It's going to be like, this is what the opportunity is in Illinois. Autosave, battery. And then after that 15 minutes of information that Tony's going to show in that overview, he's going to open it up to 15 minutes of Q&A. This is really important. This is live interaction. This is someone that you have who might be a very influential person that loves that 15 minutes worth of information, but needs to get one or two key questions answered right on the spot. Boom. Tony's going to stay as long as it takes, obviously, to answer those questions. But the Q&A is what will win a market. I've done this for 20 plus years. I can promise you that every room I've ever been in and I've did a pitch, if I open up at the end of that meeting to 20 or 30 minutes of Q&A, I won the whole room over. Because at the end of the day, you have an A, B, and C. A is people that say, you know what, I don't even need the answers to my question. I'm just going to sign up because I see the vision, I'm going. B is always the person that wants to do this but has a couple questions. You always hear people do this at the close. And then C is, hey, it's not for me, but let me become a customer. Those are the ABCs, right? But when you can handle an A and a B right on the spot, it converts 80% of your room. That's huge. So understand that's what we're bringing to the table every day, starting every day. 1 o'clock. Here's the schedule. 1 o'clock, 8 p.m. 1 o'clock, 8 p.m. And then one day on Wednesday, we're going to go 1 and 9. This will all be shareable. It's the same link over and over again. You can see our Zoom link. So once you have it down, you can easily copy and paste this to your people, to your prospects, because it's all about getting new eyeballs to look at our opportunity. It's called a blitz for a reason. We're working this for Illinois. And we want to thank Tony Procopio for making himself available all the way through all the way up to the launch, by the way, you can see. And then, by the way, we're going to reevaluate after the launch, because after the launch, a lot of us are going to be on the ground. We're going to be physically in Illinois doing live meetings. We're probably going to definitely have the blitz going at some level, but we're going to see how that plays out. We have to work the schedules because Big John, myself, Bella, Nick, Eddie, Jimmy, Lisa, Kirk Rand, we're all coming to Illinois to spend a lot of quality time. As a matter of fact, it's going to be so much fun getting to know all of you from a leadership perspective. And really, we're going to be doing Super Saturday trainings. So we're going to have so much activity in Illinois, your head's going to blow. But this is what you need to do to launch a market successfully. So go ahead to the next screen. Thank you, Tony, again, for doing the Battery Blitz. Please, this event is it. If you know anybody, you're dragging them in. Listen, there's an event going on in I guess it's Oak Lawn. Treat it like this. It's probably the biggest launch of any energy company I've ever seen. They're almost sold out, but I have 2 slots left. I need you to register right now, or I'll register for you. Here's the link, by the way. Go out, pull out your phone, because this takes you right to the registration. You got to register because you have the ability to register and then put guests down. I promise you this will actually sell out, actually. So please do me a favor. We expect 400 or 500 people at this event. You need to treat it that way. Listen, can I count on you? Because I only have 2 slots and I cannot afford to not have someone see this. Well, what is it? Does it really matter? I just told you it's one of the biggest launches an energy company's ever had, with one of the biggest, greatest products that's going to benefit the city of Illinois and Chicago. I need to know, can I count on you being there? You have to treat it with that sense of urgency, because if you do, you will get people to say, out of curiosity, they'll come. But please register. We need to know how we can set that room up. Do we need to set it up for 400, 500, 800? We just need to know. So please make it a point to register. If you're on this call, make your teams that are brand new register. So we have an idea exactly who's going to show up in that meeting. Big John's flying in from this meeting. So is Kirk Horan. Michael Falkus will be there with all of his corporate staff to make the announcement of a lifetime. You do not want to miss this event live, June 9th, 2026, Hilton Oak Lawn Hotel. All right. I'm like, as you can tell, I feel like I'm in Illinois. I feel like I live there. I'm like so fired up for Illinois. It's not even funny. All right. What is next, Tony? We have, is that the last slide or was that?
That's it. That's the content for today.
I wish we had 30 more slides. I'm like jacked up. I'm like, let's go. So guys, let's, Tony, obviously I want to thank you for, really stepping up because everyone, for those of you that don't know Tony Procopio, he's one that's recorded a lot of our videos to help us all get to the point where we are today. He's a professional, been doing this for years, and it just has an incredible way of presenting the vision and the opportunity in a way where it's concise, it's clear, and he brings that level of excitement to it. And so having Tony to be able to do those meetings at such a blitz level is going to help all of us grow so much faster. Now, remember, those are the live blitzes, so you got to treat them with urgency. But we also have the videos that we've made, right? The battery video. So you're constantly piquing interest. It's one of those things where if you just use the battery video to pique interest and say, hey, I need you to come on and meet the founder of the company who's doing a 1 o'clock live Zoo. And if you have any questions, by the way, you can ask him. If you treat it that way, you'll get a lot of prospects that will take advantage of this. And then knowing that, think about it, if a prospect joins at 1 o'clock on Monday and learns about this opportunity, gets the answers to their questions, signs up in your business, and then the directive is, hey, can you get 4 or 5 of your network to come look at this at 8 o'clock, right? That's how Blitz works. It's like you sign up, you're registered, and then invite to the next Blitz. And if you have that consistency every single day, the schedule, it's much easier to build momentum and speed. And so thank you, Tony, for doing that for us. It's going to be amazing to take advantage of. I know I'm going to take advantage of it because I got a lot of people ready to call.
Brendan, it is going to be exciting. I'm definitely excited about it, because as you were just talking about, having the Q&A as well, like as important as it is to deliver the information, so is the time that you deliver it in to allow you to have those questions and answers at the end. And that's what the focus is going to be. These are going to be fast. And like Brendan was saying, we're going to have people that are just having home parties like in Chicago, and they're just going to say, well, let's just use the 1 p.m. at our business or the 12 p.m. Central Time. Let's just do a business meeting at our office. And let's just log into this quick presentation and let's get their questions answered. Like literally, you can do that at your home. Think about that. At 7 p.m. Central, you can invite people over to your home. We'll do the presentation in 15 minutes and your group at your home will be part of the live Q&A right there. You literally don't need to know the answers. This is just plug and play, repeat over and over and over again. This is designed for massive duplication. That's what we're going to be doing. And then you throw in all of the live things that are going on and the leaders heading to Chicago to go out and build this thing out. It's just amazing. I've never been in this situation in 30 years in network marketing. I've never been in this situation that we're in right now. That's how exciting this is.
Yeah. And for everyone, Tony has, joined a lot of his companies that have been established and made it through the ranks as an established company already. So to hear someone that's been in the industry for 30 years, this is the first time that they've been able to experience a launch like this, that tells you everything you need to know in terms of the special timing that we're all in. We are all in the most special time of a network marketing company's career. This is just, it's so hard to put an actual comprehension to what we have, but it's going to be very clear in the next 30 days what we're creating. And Illinois can always, from this point on, and when it's all said and done, it all started in Illinois. You have that story for the rest of your lives. It all starts in Illinois. And so how Illinois goes, how this company goes, it really is that important. And so you're going to set the pace for the rest of the opportunity. And listen, the best part is when a New Jersey goes and a Pennsylvania goes and a Texas goes, there's plenty of people from Illinois that know people all over the country. The reciprocal nature of this business is absolutely outstanding. So with that, I know, Kirk, I just made you a co-host. I know you were, oh, look at you.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one thing that, I learned today on a call was just really important. I'll use Linda Powell as the example. So, we talked about the personal customers that she has, and however many qualify. Let's say 200 of them do qualify. If she's not fully certified, she will not even know how many of they won't send her those leads. So if you're not certified, your customers will not get that opportunity until you're certified. So I know Brendan mentioned that you're not going to get paid, which obviously we all want to get paid for this, but you're not even going to get the lead if you're not certified for the battery program. So I would hope by Monday that we've quadrupled, if not 10x, how many people are certified in the state of Illinois for the battery program. So I just wanted to add that, and it is very exciting. We appreciate all your leadership, Tony. That's awesome. These blitzes we've done them before. They're very successful, and that is going to help everybody compound their organization. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Thank you, Corinne. I appreciate that. And now, John.
Absolutely.
Big John, are you there? You're very quiet. I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm here, brother. I just got out of the Verizon store and in my car. And you know what, Brendan? I've never been more excited in my life. I'll be leaving Florida. I'll be spending a lot of time in Chicago. Here's what I'm finding out. There's a lot of people that I didn't even thought had connections in Chicago that are flying out, that are getting hotel rooms for 3 or 4 days, that are already making connections on the phone before they arrive. They're coming from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Texas, Ohio. I'm here to speak to the Chicago folk, man. I'm building new lines. I'm coming to work with the people because there's a lot of great leaders. But, there's some people that have the potential that are not taking this seriously. And I'm here to tell you this. The people that run with this for the next 12 months, and I mean build it. They don't have to quit their jobs. They don't have to leave their traditional businesses. The people that run with this for the next 12 months will never have another financial want or need as long as they live. We're making history in Chicago. We got deep pockets. Our company is well off, well funded. We have something that nobody else has. We have a gift to give to a lot of people. And Brendan, somebody like Kirk brought her up, Linda Powell, she's positioned right now because she loves helping people. She's got 400 and some auto saves. I think there's going to be well over 200 that qualify for the battery. But think about this. When those 200 or 250 get those sexy batteries installed on the side of their house, that's going to lead Linda automatically to 5,000 batteries because word's going to spread. So think about that, folks. If you're not getting customers, you're going to be missing out on setting up your ATM machine. If I lived in Chicago, I'd have 300 personal customers in already, just waiting for this, salivating.
Wow, that's a lot of lipstick, John. You would have to buy a lot of lipstick for your sexy batteries. That would be a lot. So listen, I have Lynette. You are raising your hand. I don't even know what.
Yes.
Are you raising your hand for a reason or just to say hello to us? Come on, Lynette. You live in Illinois. So I don't know if you're just raising your hand and saying you're happy, or did you want to say a couple words? Or maybe you're not even on the Zoom and you're already signing up other people. There you are.
I raised my hand for a reason, and I have a question about this, about leading into autosave, and I don't know if this could be done or not. I know we have autosave for all of Illinois, the Chicagoland area with ComEd, right? But the battery part of that is people, the question that I'm keep getting is so now you got to explain autosave. Is there any way to put something for the battery autosave? Or maybe you guys could take that up and see so that people understand, yes, we have autosave for people who are in apartments and townhomes and things of that nature. But that confusion and that little piece would probably make us a little bit less having to keep explaining things over and over again if it said something with battery where you got to put the autosave in for the battery. So now you have the battery autosave, you got regular autosave, and you got community solar. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying, and it's
Okay.
coming. It's coming right now. Right now, the
Okay.
name of the game is.
I just wanted to put it out there. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. I just want to put it
Yes.
out there for future.
Yep.
That's all.
When we launch, all the details on all this stuff is going to happen. Right now, the purpose here is just to get people locked and loaded on the simplest way to get this thing going and getting your networks built. And for me, that is, hey, there is a company that is launching a full home battery backup system that's going to give you cheaper energy prices. It's launching on the 10th of June. And I want you to spend 5 minutes to look at it. There's a meeting that happens every day, 2 times a day. Let me get you on a Zoom so you can understand it. That's as simple as this should be. Like, no, right now, it's all about recruiting new people into this business. That for this launch, you want as many people sitting in that chair on the 10th as possible, because that is the people that are going to get the extra $100 for the rest of the year. Anybody who's sitting in those chairs at that meeting. So, it's incumbent upon you, if you really want this thing, to have as many people in those chairs as possible, because that extra $100 plus, everything else that's going on is going to put them into a stratosphere. So I'd be calling recruit up right now. Get every realtor, broker, mortgage, contractor, you name it. Just reach out to these folks. Don't bring up anything but there's a company that's revolutionizing the energy space out here they're installing full battery backup at no cost. It's going to save you money guaranteed every single month on your electric bill. You've got to take a look at what this company's doing. It's as simple as
a little typo. It's not the 10th. It's the 9th.
The 9th. Yep. I keep mixing those 2 dates up, but you get the deets.
Yes. And Lynette, to your point, once we have the value proposition too, where it's official, that's going to make it very easy for someone to understand. It's like, because then you can say, hey, with a battery system on autosave, you can save X amount on your ComEd Edison bill. Like, you can say that number once we know the value proposition, right? So it won't even matter. That's just going to be part of the process. Hey, step 1, you got to sign up for autosave. Let's get you enrolled in that. It's easy. That takes 2 seconds. That's free. Let's get you rocking and rolling. And then it should all take care of from there. Because remember, once the consultation is done and we're signing a contract for the battery, all the language is in there as well for your consumers. So that's Tony will make that video specifically for Illinois. So once that video is made, it's gonna be like 6 or 7 minutes, because it's gonna be so focused on just Illinois. He'll make it so it's crystal clear, and we can start sharing that in BAM as a way to show the opportunity too on a real-time basis with tracking mechanisms through BAM. So all that's coming. It's going to be exciting, but it all starts on Monday. In terms of our blitz and the activity levels and the stories that are going to be generated. Take advantage of that Wednesday night partner call after Tony's 9 o'clock, because having those testimonies from Texas, I'm telling you, you can't even put a price tag on what this battery is doing for folks already. Like, so when you hear the positive testimonies of people that are loving the battery and enjoying it and hearing the benefits already, it's just going to make it easier for you, because it's all about building belief. And testimonies are the easiest way to build belief for anybody. And so having prospects even on there, because that would be the one time I would, if someone's curious about our battery and they've seen everything, have them go to the validation call on Wednesday night at 9:30 to hear 6 people talk about how awesome battery is and how much it's making a difference in their world. So that's coming. And by the way, then all of a sudden, at the end of the summer, we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of testimonies in Illinois for people in Pennsylvania to enjoy, and for people in New Jersey. But I will tell you that it is exciting to see the states writing legislation around VPP, because that excites me. the fact that I know we're going to end up being in states that you guys don't even know about right now, that we do. We already know we're identifying states right now. When you hear some of the states that we're looking to launch, your heads are going to explode. And this is what it's all about. So it is all about Illinois. So that's what our focus is. And by the way, when we're out there physically, Mike Kay and John are going to be the first week, by the way. The 15th of June is when John touches down. We're finalizing all the details, but it's going to be released next week at the launch. You'll have the whole rollout plan. Ed and I are coming out with Bell and Nick on the 22nd to really the 4th of July. We're going to do a full 2 weeks out there. Listen, also, I want you to start putting this in your head. When Tony starts doing his meetings at night, you definitely want to have a point where in July in June and July you have multiple house parties going on using Tony's presentation. Because if your downline has 6 or 7 house parties, and that house party you can have a house party with 3 people. You don't need to have 20 people. But if you have 3 or 4 people over and you're all watching that presentation and having the ability to ask questions, that's huge. So if you want to, you get into that mentality. Listen, the one thing that I will tell you from being in this industry and watching what's happening today, the biggest thing and the eye opener for me is the lack of relationships that are being developed in this country. People are using their cell phone to hide behind stuff. They're scrolling. They're not working. They're not even paying attention. They've gone into isolation. Like, it's weird. It's like this is an opportunity for us to bring a connection back, to build a relationship with new people that you don't even know. And that's why I'm so fired up about what we have. This is going to be something that, we can transition and change people's lives. Listen, people from the old Amway days, and by the way, Tony and Diane, their husband, they met in Amway and they got married and they're very happily married. So you got to love the industry for that alone, right? That testimony. But back in the day when you were selling insurance, when you were selling Amway, you did it one-on-one at a kitchen table. That's how this industry started, by the way. It started, and because when you were at the kitchen table and you're sitting there saying, hey, are you struggling to pay your bills, man? You can have that conversation when you're in a house party. What's the one thing that you're struggling to meet every day? Well, this is why I'm bringing this to you, because this is a way to make a little bit of extra money to start to pay for some of the things that you are struggling to pay with right now. Now, that's not for everybody. Not everybody's in that situation, but there's a lot of people in America that need this. And that's why when you're there physically on the ground, you're going to be making a difference. Now, Ed and I have already committed to, we're going to have plenty of time, but because we're going to be out there doing a lot of day meetings during the day, we also want to open ourselves up to home parties as well. And so you'll be able to book us out because we'll be there for 14 days. So listen, if you want to book out now, in those book outs, we do want you to book out and get as many people in that house as possible, because we want to make a bigger impact. So if you have that influence and you have that ability to put 20 to 30 people in your home, we'll come. And I'm telling you, that's a great way to build a business. Ask Phyllis Nash, who's on here. I don't even know if she's on here right now, but ask her how her home parties are making a difference in her life. And she's making a huge impact in her community, and everyone's seeing the vision through Phyllis's being able to communicate that in someone's home. So anyway, this is going to be an exciting launch, everybody. We look forward to knocking this thing out of the park. If you're from Illinois, congratulations. You got a head start on all of us. But if you're not from Illinois, let's work our networks to get as many people to see this amazing opportunity as possible. Right, Moshe? I know I'm seeing you smile over there in Muskogee, wherever you live in. Where do you live, Moshe? Tell everyone where you live. I don't even know where you live. Where do you live, Moshe? Oh, you're on mute. Can you not even unmute yourself? See, he's saying where he lives and nobody can hear him. That's awesome. Where are you?
All over Illinois. We're spread our wings wide.
Okay, good. So it's good to know that you live all over Illinois. So that means all I got to do is touch down and I can just say, hey, Moshe, how you doing? And you'll be there. That's great. I love it. Listen, everybody, have an awesome weekend. Get your battery certifications done. Let's go into next week blazing. Mike Kay, I know you're from Illinois. Mike Kay is going to be a big part of this launch. Any parting words, my friend, from someone that's in Illinois that's built a massive organization with 10,000 plus customers already and ready to take this to the next level?
Yeah, we're just excited about having everyone come together. And as Illinois goes, the rest of the company is going to go. So let's make sure we get our company off to an incredible, strong start. Let's get the ball in the end zone.
Awesome. Mike Kay, thank you for your leadership. We're going to count on it. And guys, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Thanks for taking time out of your day today to hear this important Zoom. And we look forward to meeting you in person someday very soon. So thanks, everybody.
Certified.
Certified.
Great weekend.
Bye-bye. Great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.